Hello, Pastor Jeff. I really enjoyed the video you made regarding your thoughts on the LDS temple and the sights you saw while in Nauvoo. In your video, you brought up temples and how you felt temples are not needed today. Let's be clear. The LDS temples today have a different function than they did in the Old Testament. The inside of the Lord's temple mainly serves as a place where we can feel the Spirit of God more strongly. We consider it sacred and holy. As a member of the church, I can attest to this reality. While we can feel the Spirit at church, at home, and in other places of worship, it is in the temple where I personally feel the presence of the Lord the strongest. What example given about how members of the LDS Church regard the temple as a place of refuge and solace and personal revelation is given by the LDS apostle James E. Talmage. He is the author of the incredible book Jesus the Christ, which is an in-depth look into the life and ministry of Christ. He wrote most of the book in longhand in a council room on the 4th floor of the Salt Lake Temple. There is where he felt it would be the best setting for receiving personal revelation to write such an in-depth look into the life and ministry of Christ from his perspective. Feeling the Spirit of the Lord is very important to us, and it's very noticeable that once I enter the temple, the difference I feel. It's a remarkable feeling. Once I exit and step foot back outside the temple, most of those spiritual feelings begin to subside. Inside the temple, as you know, we participate in modern-day sacred ordinances that we consider a part of our salvation, such as temple sealings to our spouse, proxy baptisms for those that have passed on before us, washing and anointings that further bless us and set us on the right course towards our Heavenly Father. We also perform what we call an endowment ceremony. This endowment is a modern-day ceremony where we make greater covenants with our Heavenly Father. More regarding the endowment session can be found in this video. It is during this endowment ceremony that we wear temple robes, robes of the holy priesthood, to help us connect to our Heavenly Father in the most personal way. More about temple robes can be learned here on this video. Men and women both wear similar clothing. The highest apostle and the newest member are indistinguishable when we dress in the same way inside the temple. I'm aware that people mock the holy garments many of us wear as well as the temple clothing we use while we're in the temple. Need I remind them that many religions around the world also wear various types of religious ceremonial vestments and have for thousands of years. I know the endowment and the holy garments which I wear help me to remember daily the covenants that I have made with the Lord and how I must continue to press forward down the straight and narrow path that the Lord commanded me to do. Basically, throughout time, we believe God has given us symbols and ordinances and so forth that act as constant reminders of Christ's atonement and His everlasting love that He has for us. I'm grateful for temples, and I look forward to visiting them as often as I can. Speaking of temples, you did bring up the point of the symbols of the Holy Cross. I'll talk more about that in my next video. Until then, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks again.